It's time to discover the 15 supermarket items you should stockpile now, before it's too late. Don't shrug this off. If you've been paying attention lately, you will notice that things are changing quickly. In the last 24 hours, big firms have announced enormous layoffs, and the Federal Reserve faces $130 billion in losses. Inflation is no longer just a buzzword. It is constricting everyone's finances. Here's the brutal truth. Shortages will occur, not if, but when. Think back to the early days of the pandemic. How rapidly did store shelves empty? Staples you never thought twice about were suddenly missing. We're getting dangerously close to a repetition of the mayhem. Have a look around. iPhone sales are declining not because the device has lost its luster, but because people are struggling to buy even the necessities. Consider what happens when the financial strain strikes your local food store. Picture aisles devoid of common necessities, leaving you wondering how things got so terrible so quickly. This is not about panic. It is about being prepared. Today we'll go over the top 15 pantry staples. Not just what to buy, but why these products are non-negotiable and how to get them before the rush begins. We're talking about staying ahead when supply chains buckle under pressure. Is it time to act? It is now. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Grab a pen, take notes, and let's get to work. Making sure you're prepared for whatever comes next. Begin with 1. Beans and lentils. These tiny powerhouses are nutritionally dense. Beans and lentils are high in protein, fiber, and important nutrients, making them the ultimate go-to when things get rough. Furthermore, despite rising prices for other commodities, they remain one of the most affordable protein sources available. Imagine walking into a store and finding the shelves empty of beans. Meat may be a distant memory by then, too expensive, or just unavailable. When this occurs, beans and lentils will be your lifeline. They're also versatile. You can make robust soups, filling stews, or sprout them for a fresh, crisp accent to your meals. Here's the deal. Don't simply take a few bags. If you have the space, consider big. 50, 100, or even 200 pounds. Why? Prices are rising rapidly. That $10 purse may soon cost $30, $40, or more. When the stores are empty, you'll be grateful you stocked up early. Don't wait until the neighbors are fighting over the last dusty bag. Be prepared. Beans and lentils are more than simply food. They represent peace of mind in an increasingly unpredictable world. 2. Flour and baking essentials. Remember the flour scarcity in 2020? Brace yourselves, for it may happen again. Flour is more than just an ingredient. It serves as the foundation for culinary comfort and innovation. Fresh bread, fluffy pancakes, and warm biscuits are more than simply meals. They are modest joys that provide solace during difficult times. When flour disappears, it becomes a luxury. Remember how folks traded small packets like they were gold? Don't get stuck exchanging beans for a cup of flour. Instead, stock up immediately. Look for the large 25-pound bags and don't forget the essentials: yeast, baking powder, and sugar. Consider this. Even if prepackaged baking mixes are no longer available, you will still be able to create fresh bread and pancakes, while others will be forced to use stale crackers. Stockpiling flour means that you may enjoy the comfort of homemade baked products even when the shelves are empty. Get ahead of the crowds. Flour is more than just a pantry staple. It's a tether to stability when everything else feels uncertain. Now let's move on to the next key stockpiling item. 3. Canned fruit and vegetables. In November, you walk into your grocery shop and see that the fruit area is bleak and lifeless. No fresh greens or vivid fruits, just bare shelves and a few pricey relics. If you believe this is unrealistic, think again. When food becomes scarce, canned fruits and vegetables will not only serve as a backup, but will become your primary source of produce. From sweet corn and juicy peaches to tangy tomatoes and succulent pineapples, canned goods will be your lifeline. They can sit on your shelf for years without losing their nutrients or flavor, ready to sustain your family when fresh options are unavailable. Canned vegetables and fruits are essential for a well-balanced diet, especially for families with children who need vitamins or older members who require nutritional support. While pasta and rice can satisfy your hunger, they lack the diversity and necessary nutrients your body requires to flourish. Here's the game plan. Collect at least 100 cans of various fruits and vegetables. It may seem like a lot, but consider the peace of mind it will provide. When the shelves are bare and others are scurrying, you'll be at home enjoying sweet canned peaches or the nutritious goodness of green beans. Stocking up now is about more than simply survival. It's about maintaining normalcy and wellness regardless of what happens. Do not wait until it's too late. Fill your cart with these vital canned items to keep your family supplied no matter what the future brings. 4. Cooking oils. Running low on cooking oil is similar to driving a car without gas. You can't get anywhere. Whether it's olive oil, vegetable oil, coconut oil, or your favorite variety, having an ample supply is essential. These oils are used for more than just sautéing vegetables. They form the foundation of other recipes, including frying eggs and baking bread. Imagine attempting to prepare a meal without any oil. It's a struggle you don't want to have. Cooking oil is the unsung hero of the kitchen, going unnoticed until the shelves are empty and everyone is scurrying to buy even a drop. Prices are rising, and that once cheap jug of oil may soon cost $20 or more. So here's the plan. Stock up on various oils. Each variety has unique capabilities and shelf lives. Olive oil is excellent for cooking in salads. Coconut oil can tolerate high temperatures while frying, and canola oil is wonderful for baking. Having a selection on hand ensures you're ready for whatever dish comes your way. Cooking oil is not only necessary for cooking, it is also a useful trading commodity in times of scarcity. When others are desperate to cook, your oil hoard may become highly sought after. So think more than simply a few bottles. Load up on gallons and line your pantry with them. When these oils disappear from store shelves, cooking will become considerably more difficult. Act now to keep your kitchen a hive of innovation and taste, no matter what occurs. 5. Instant foods. When life throws you a curveball, sometimes all you need is a quick, simple supper. Instant mashed potatoes, rice, and oatmeal are your secret weapons when you're short on time and need a quick dinner. This is more than just convenience, it is about survival. Assume the electricity goes out, the world outside becomes chaotic, and you're fatigued. Do you want to soak beans for hours or wait over an hour for rice to cook? Absolutely not. This is where quick foods come to the rescue. Instant mashed potatoes may be made in minutes using only hot water. Instant rice cooks in less than 5 minutes, and oatmeal warms you up faster than you can say breakfast. These foods aren't simply backup plans. They're the meals that get you through anything. Instant foods are easily stored in bulk and have a long shelf life. Imagine being prepared and enjoying a hot dish of oats while others stare hopelessly at uncooked ingredients they can't even cook. Stockpile these quick fixes immediately before they disappear off the shelves. A couple of boxes won't do it. Fill a full pantry shelf if possible. When the rest of the world is hurrying to finish their last bit of pasta, you'll be able to enjoy a warm, comforting lunch with no effort. Start stockpiling now. Instant foods are an insurance policy against life's unpredictability. With them on hand, you can always provide your family with quick, nutritious meals, no matter what the future holds. 6. Salt, spices, and seasonings. When food is scarce, bland meals can rapidly turn into culinary agony. Let's spice things up. You may be wondering, do I really need to stockpile something so simple as seasonings? The answer is a resounding yes. Imagine eating the same bland cuisine every day. No one is enthused about it. Salt alone can turn a dull dish into something tasty. Without it, you risk serving bland food that even your pets will refuse to eat. But salt is only the beginning. It's not only a flavor enhancer, but also an important preservative. Salt is an essential pantry ingredient for curing meats and pickling vegetables. Now let us discuss about spices. Consider pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, and chili flakes. Anything you usually use. These spices do more than just add taste. Properly preserved, they can keep for years. Here's an extra tip. These seasonings can also serve as lucrative trading products. While everyone else is stuck with basic rice and beans, your spice collection will be like culinary riches. Consider trading a container of garlic powder for a favor or an additional ingredient. It's a win-win, so don't simply grab one additional bottle, purchase in quantity. Keep your seasonings sealed and well maintained, and they will be ready to enhance your dishes at any time. A pinch of garlic powder or paprika can transform a plain recipe into something you and your family will love eating. Now is the moment to act. Stock up on spices when you go grocery shopping. When your pantry is stocked with taste, you'll be grateful for the options that can save any meal from blandness, regardless of what the future holds. 7. Peanut butter and other nut butters. Let's discuss peanut butter and other delectable nut butters. These jars of creamy bliss are more than simply delightful treats. They're survival necessities. They are packed with protein, healthy fats, and calories, and last indefinitely without refrigeration. Nut butters are ideal for a quick energy boost or as a meal addition. Imagine peanut butter as liquid gold in a jar. It's a nutritional powerhouse, providing you with enough energy to get through challenging days with only a mouthful. And don't forget about its cousins, almond butter, cashew butter, and sunflower seed butter. All of them provide variety to your cupboard, while also providing significant nutritional value. Do you have any kids? They'll appreciate having a familiar, comforting cuisine when options are limited. Nut butters are nutritious, tasty, and provide peace of mind knowing you have a consistent food source. Here's your strategy. Stock up on as many jars as you can. Peanut butter can keep for up to 2 years unopened, making it an ideal long-term option. Don't buy just 1 or 2 jars. Think big. Get the huge tubs, experiment with different kinds, and plan to keep your family fed for months during difficult times. A jar of peanut butter could just be your saving grace. It's more than just survival. It's also about enjoying the comfort and vitality that these nut butters offer. So on your next grocery trip, make sure to stock your basket with these nutritional powerhouses. You'll be glad you did when you have a consistent supply of energy and comfort available. 8. Canned proteins. Let's get into canned foods like tuna, chicken, beef, and even Spam. These are your best buddies when fresh protein is in short supply or prohibitively pricey. Protein is necessary for energy, strength, and good health. Without it, you risk feeling weakened and exhausted. We're already seeing rising meat prices, and it's just a matter of time before they rise. This isn't just an estimate, it's a reminder to stock up on canned proteins while supplies last. Don't fall into the trap of thinking those offers will last forever. They won't. The early bird gets the canned protein, so act quickly. Here's the game plan. Don't simply grab a few cans. Go for cases. Stockpiling canned proteins is an investment in your long-term health and well-being. Imagine your cabinet stocked with these long-lasting, nutrient-dense foods, ready to keep you going when things get rough. Preparation is crucial. Imagine the peace of mind that comes from knowing that even if the market goes crazy, you have a substantial stash to fall back on. The more you have, the better equipped you will be. So the next time you go shopping, stock up on canned proteins. It's not just about surviving, it's about thriving, even under challenging circumstances. 9. Rice. When it comes to prospering in any situation, rice is an essential component of your emergency supply. Rice, whether white, brown, jasmine, or basmati, should be at the top of your priority list. Why? Okay, let's get started. Rice is the unsung hero of your cupboard. It's simple to prepare, fills you full, and goes with almost anything. There's a reason why it's so popular around the world. You stroll into the grocery store and the shelves are empty. A 5-pound bag of rice now costs $50. It sounds severe, but if we don't act now, this could become a reality. Right now, rice is inexpensive and widely available, but this will not stay forever. It is adaptable, non-perishable, and serves as the base for various meals. Rice is your go-to ingredient for a substantial stir-fry, a warming soup, or simply filling your tummy when everything else is gone. So here's the plan. Don't limit yourself to a modest bag or two. Aim for 100-pound sacks if you can. When shortages occur, this critical item will disappear quickly. Imagine feeding your family pricey snacks and whatever is left in the pantry. Rice is a stable source of nutrition. What is the best part? Rice can endure up to 30 years if stored properly. This is one item that you cannot afford to skimp on. Stock up on supplies for not only your family, but also your neighbors, if necessary. Once the rice is gone, it is truly gone. So the next time you go to the store, make rice a priority. Fill your cart and make space in your cupboards. Stock up and make sure you have this crucial commodity on hand, not only to survive, but to thrive, regardless of what the future holds. 10th shelf-stable milk. Let's talk about an underappreciated pantry staple that will become your closest buddy in times of scarcity. Shelf-stable milk. Milk may not be the first thing that comes to mind while planning for an emergency, but believe me when I say that milk will be difficult to find shortly. With dairy prices rising and shortages emerging, the prospect of empty dairy aisles is becoming all too real. So what is the solution? Stock up on shelf-stable alternatives such as canned, powdered, and UHT milk. When fresh milk isn't available, these substitutes come in handy. They're ideal for cooking, baking, and maintaining some consistency in your everyday routine. Imagine the relief of having milk ready for your children's morning. Coffee aficionados, consider whether you can still brew your morning latte. Canned milk lends richness to cooking and baking. Powdered milk is readily reconstituted into liquid form, and UHT milk can be stored on your shelf for months without refrigeration. While others lament empty refrigerators, you'll be enjoying your coffee as if nothing has changed. Don't wait until you're gazing at a bowl of cereal with only water to pour over it. Stock up on shelf-stable milk, aiming for a year's supply if possible. We are discussing cases of it, guys. This is more than just surviving. It's about thriving and maintaining a sense of normalcy. A broad supply of shelf-stable milk provides options for every situation, and it is a decision you will not regret when others are scurrying. Be proactive, prepare now, and acquire your dairy requirements before the rush comes. Don't panic. Stock up so that no matter what happens tomorrow, you'll have a steady supply of milk to keep your family running. 11. Pasta and noodle. Next, let's discuss pasta and noodles. I know what you're thinking, spaghetti, but hear me out. This pantry staple is set to become your culinary hero when times are bad. Pasta is inexpensive, filling, and easily stored. It's the ultimate comfort food, elevating a basic dinner to a delectable feast. But here's the kicker. Don't simply take a couple cartons, think large. I'm talking about 20 to 30 pounds of spaghetti. Why? Because when things become rough, you'll be grateful for every strand of spaghetti and twist of fusilli. Store shelves are barren, and people are scrambling for the last box of macaroni, whereas you have a treasure trove of pasta in every shape and size. Pasta has one superpower. It can extend any meal. It's a lifesaver because it's not only filling, but also simple to make. Toss it with canned tomatoes and dinner is served. Combine it with canned chicken for a hearty supper that will keep you going. What is the best part? If kept dry, pasta can survive almost indefinitely. This is more than just convenience. It is about having a backup plan in case everything else runs out. If you think a couple boxes are enough, think again. Stockpile as if you're preparing for a feast, because when the panic sets in, everyone will be scrambling for this inexpensive, multi-purpose basic. Believe me, a pound of spaghetti today could be worth its weight in gold tomorrow. Don't wait to discover how accurate this forecast is. Go to the shop, fill your cart, and make sure you have a consistent supply of filling meals. It's not just about surviving, it's about thriving, with confidence and ease, no matter what comes your way. 12. Honey and syrups, the golden essentials you cannot miss. Honey and syrups, such as maple and agave, are more than just sweeteners. They are pantry superheroes worth stockpiling. Let's start with honey, also known as the Swiss Army knife of cuisine. It's more than just a tasty addition to your tea or waffles. Honey is a true miracle of nature. It has an unlimited shelf life, so you may rely on it for years or even decades. Honey can help ease a sore throat and boost your energy organically. It cures, sweetens, and preserves. Consider a scenario in which sugar becomes a luxury and costs skyrocket. In such a world, honey will be the go-to ingredient for anything sweet. Let us not forget about other syrups such as maple and agave. These syrups are equally as important, have long shelf lives, and provide needed sweetness when times are tight. Consider the scenario in which these syrups become uncommon commodities. While others crave sweets, you'll have plenty on hand. But here's a pro tip. Honey and syrups aren't just useful for personal consumption, they also make great trade commodities. In times of need, individuals will give virtually everything for the much-needed sweetness. Don't settle for just 1 or 2 jars. Go huge. Stock up on jars of honey, bottles of maple syrup, and as much agave syrup as you can handle. If you're feeling fancy, including some nutrient-dense Manuka honey in your stash. It's the Rolls-Royce of honeys, and it'll take your stash to a whole new level. 13. Canned soups and stews, the hearty lifesavers. Let me now discuss another essential, canned soups and stews. These underappreciated heroes should be a staple of any prepper cupboard. Why? Because they are exceptionally convenient and contain all of the necessary ingredients: meat, vegetables, and broth in a single container. There's no need to bother about preparing various ingredients or adding water. Simply open, heat, and you'll have a nutritious dinner ready in minutes. When fresh vegetables is scarce and stress levels are high, tinned soups and stews are invaluable. Consider a freezing winter night with the power out. Do you like porridge or a hot flavorful beef stew to warm you from the inside out? These tinned dinners are intended to keep you nourished and reassured when the world seems unclear. When establishing your stockpile, look for robust, chunky soups that can be eaten on their own, such as those laden with meat and veggies. Avoid watery foods that leave you hungry. Stockpile these meals in big amounts, 50, 100, or even more cans. When panic sets in and the shelves are empty, you'll have a dependable source of nutrition in your pantry. Do not wait until it's too late. Secure your stockpile today to ensure that your family can flourish, even when fresh food is scarce. 14. Dehydrated and freeze-dried foods, your emergency lifeline. Dehydrated and freeze-dried meals are absolute game changers in terms of emergency readiness. They give unparalleled longevity and convenience, with a pantry full of lightweight, shelf-stable meals and snacks that can supply food even during the most trying circumstances. These goods have a shelf life of 25 to 30 years, making them an excellent long-term investment for your pantry. Although they may appear expensive at first, think of them as an investment in your peace of mind. When fresh food becomes a distant memory and canned products are no longer available, freeze-dried meals could be a lifeline. These meals range from meats and veggies to desserts, and they're really simple to rehydrate. Just add water and you've got a whole nutritious meal ready to go. Don't forget about freeze-dried fruit. When fresh produce is no longer available, stock up on strawberries, apples, bananas, and other vitamin-rich foods. Not only do they contain necessary nutrients, but they also add a touch of sweetness to your meals when things seem dismal. Now is the moment to think big. Don't simply grab a few packs of freeze-dried food. If possible, choose larger buckets. When everyone else is running low on supplies, you'll have a well-stocked pantry full of healthful, simple-to-prepare meals that taste as good as the day they were created. 15. Water and water filtration systems, the foundation of survival. Water is life, literally. You may go for weeks without eating, but only a few days without water. That's why ensuring a consistent source of clean water should be at the top of your emergency preparedness checklist. Stock up on bottled water, but let's be honest. How many liters can you really store in your home? This is where water filtering systems come in. In a world where every drop must be cleansed or filtered, a high-quality filtration system is essential. Imagine relying on streams, lakes, or even rains to supply your water requirements. With a competent filtration device, such as a Berkey filter, LifeStraw, or Sawyer filter, these natural sources can be converted into safe drinking water. And don't simply stick with one system. Obtain backups for your backups. Water purification tablets are also a must. Remember that no amount of food will keep you alive unless you have access to clean water. In a catastrophe, water will be your most precious asset. So take action now. Stock up on bottled water, fill any spare jugs you have, and make sure your filtration system is ready for anything. When others are rushing for water, you'll be prepared, hydrated, and ready to go. If you found this information useful and are ready to take action, don't delay. Start stockpiling your survivalist pantry immediately. Click the subscribe button to receive additional insights and important goods that will help you survive in any situation. Remember, the best time to prepare is now, before it's too